Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by rolling green hills, there lived an old woman named Mira. She was tiny and frail, with silver hair tied neatly in a bun and a face full of gentle wrinkles. But her eyes, oh, her eyes, they sparkled with kindness and wisdom, as if they had seen the world's pain and still chosen to love it anyway. Everyone in the village adored her. Mira had this rare gift. No matter how hard life got, she never stopped smiling. She lived alone in a small house under a giant banyan tree, where she would spend her mornings sipping tea, watching the sunrise, and greeting anyone who passed by with a warm, "Good morning, my dear." Her husband had passed away many years before, and she had no children of her own. But somehow she never seemed lonely. The villagers often said that Mira carried peace wherever she went, like the scent of jasmine that followed her through the air. Life in the village wasn't easy. The people worked hard. Some farmed the land, some made furniture. Others sold fruit in the small market. When the rains came late, crops would dry up. Sometimes illness would spread, and families would struggle to eat. Many days were heavy, filled with worry and exhaustion. One afternoon, as the sun dipped low, a young woman named Radha came running to Mira's house, tears streaming down her face. "Mira," she cried, "I don't know what to do. My husband went to the city months ago to find work, but he hasn't sent any money. My children are hungry and I'm so scared." Mira looked at her gently and motioned for her to sit down beneath the banyan tree. "My child," she said softly, "tell me, what do you believe will happen?" Radha wiped her tears. "I don't know. I keep thinking something bad will happen, that he won't find work or that he's forgotten about us." Mira nodded slowly, her smile calm and knowing. "My dear, when we fill our minds with dark thoughts, our hearts grow heavy. But when we choose hopeful thoughts, we start to feel lighter, and sometimes life begins to change in ways we can't explain." Radha frowned. "But how can I think good thoughts when everything feels so bad?" Mira chuckled softly. "Let me tell you a story. Once," she began, "there was a poor man who had lost everything. He sat by the river crying, saying, 'I have nothing, no money, no family, no reason to live.' An old woman passing by saw him and asked, 'Why do you cry, child?' He said, 'Because I have nothing to be happy about.' The woman smiled and pointed around him. 'You have the river that sings, the trees that give shade, the sun that warms your skin. Look around you. The world is full of gifts. If you think only of what you lack, you'll always be miserable. But if you notice what you have, you'll begin to find peace.' The man listened. Slowly, he stopped crying. He began to see beauty where he hadn't before, the light dancing on the water, the cool breeze through the trees. He started to smile again, and though nothing in his world had changed, he had changed. And that made all the difference." Mira paused and looked at Radha, her eyes soft. "You see, my dear, that man's life didn't change because of magic. It changed because he learned to see the good in what he already had. When our thoughts are good, our hearts become strong, and we can face life's storms with courage." Radha listened quietly, letting the story sink in. "So, you really think my thoughts can change my life?" she asked. Mira smiled. "Yes. If every morning you wake up and say, 'Today will be a good day,' your heart will follow your words. You'll find the strength to work, to care for your children, and to wait for your husband with hope. But if you wake up expecting pain, your spirit will stay weak." Radha took a deep breath. "I understand. I'll try." "That's the first step, my child," Mira said. "Try and keep trying." The next morning, Radha did as Mira had said. She looked out at the rising sun and whispered, "Today will be a good day." She fed her children, tended her small garden, and worked at the market. Each day she repeated those words, and slowly she began to feel lighter, more hopeful. Weeks passed. Then one morning a letter arrived from the city. Her hands trembled as she opened it. It was from her husband. He had found steady work and was sending money home. "I miss you and the children," he wrote. "I'll come home soon." Radha cried, but this time they were tears of joy. She ran straight to Mira's house. "Mira, you were right. He found a job. Things are finally getting better." Mira smiled, her eyes shining. You see, my dear? When we fill our hearts with hope, we invite good things into our lives. Trouble will always come. That's life. But if we face it with faith instead of fear, we will always find a way through. Word spread quickly through the village about Mira's wisdom. People came to her from near and far, bringing their worries about money, sickness, love, and loss. And to every single one, she gave the same gentle advice. Think good thoughts, speak kind words, and no matter how dark the night feels, never stop believing in the morning. Years passed and the old woman grew even older, but her spirit never dimmed. When people spoke of her, they didn't just remember her smile. They remembered the peace she brought. And long after she was gone, her words still echoed beneath the banyan tree. The world changes when you do. Your thoughts shape your life. Think good, and good will come. Happiness isn't about having a perfect life. It's about having a grateful heart. When you choose hope over fear, faith over doubt, and gratitude over complaint, you unlock the quiet power that can change everything, the power of positive thinking. If you believe this story could inspire others, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales. I'll see you soon with another meaningful story. Until then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward.